clamshell, and they're typically silver
Mm-hmm.
on pretty much every Mustang.
Mm-hmm.
Rick says, it's darker under there. I said, that's just shading. That's not darker. He goes, no, I think it's like a zinc chromate green or something like that. No. And then of course he starts the bug, and you go down that rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, yep.
Every picture I had, and I'm playing with the darkness on the picture,
Mm-hmm.
dusting them, and it's like, I think Rick. No. And then we found the color ones, and it just nailed it. You could see that it's green. And again, we mentioned it to Hanu, and he goes, even Glenn's like, no.
Yeah.
We showed him the picture.
That's one of the big art on the P-51 websites and pages. What was his name?
Vlado was big for that. Gear door's the wrong color. He pointed out on everybody's airplane, gear door's the wrong color. Vlado was great. If you guys never met him, he was fantastic. Loved Vlado. Great guy.
I never met him.
Yeah, wonderful guy. Really missed.
Until we had the color photos, we were just speculating. But
Right.
The black and whites, I showed Al how many dozens of photos of other Mustangs. But yeah, Canadians seem to have. They were green, and there were American with green in Korea and the Air National Guard as well, but few and far between.
And then I don't know if you noticed that airplane that Brendan Deere is doing in New Zealand that had been in storage. It has green clamshell doors. I happened to notice as they were working on that. It's like, you don't see that every day, but it's a neat, interesting touch. If I'm ever going to build a New Zealand, Mustang model, it'll have green clamshell doors. So always looking for that stuff.
Yeah, so now that the aircraft just came up to Canada a week or two ago, and Hanu's just been flying it locally, he stopped at CWH on the way back at the Clear Customs, so we got a chance to kind of see it for the first time, so that was quite something. I think Rick was crying, but but it'd be interesting to see the reaction to the Canadian market.
Yeah.
You know, when the people see the green clamshells, you're going to hear that's wrong, and I'd be just kind of curious to hear all.
It will be told in the article I'm doing, so the people who read the magazine will know the truth. So.
And, Hanu followed. He did a slight deviation with the highly polished, but the 424 ones they're aluminum with painted wings.
And if I had a $2.5 million Mustang, it would be polished too. It would not be a dull looking. Who's going to do that with a Mustang? I mean.
It would not look like Lots of Hope. No, it would
right.
be highly polished.
Yeah.
If I owned one too.
Right.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Rick? I think.
No. I'd rather oxidized. I do a Polish one with oxidized aluminum on it.
The Polish one I'd like to see is it Horbaszewski? What was his name?
Yeah.
That's the story I would love to see it done with a flying airplane. That would be so cool to see. And you're familiar with the B model that's being rebuilt at Pacific Fighters, right? This next Polish airplane.
They were in touch with me actually.
Yeah.
Because it's a V1 killer. It's
right.
But I guess they've run out of money. They're trying to sell it.
Yeah, they're hurting right now. They don't have any customer projects they're working on right now. So they've got the Sea Fury and the Mustang that they're doing. They started work on them, speculating that somebody, if they see there's work being done on it, that might interest them in buying it. And if I had the lottery, I'd certainly be all over it. Somebody will come along. I mean, somebody's going to want a B model, in their collection. But will they want a B model that's in Polish markings? That's my fear, is that somebody will buy it and paint it as Ding Hao or something, something that it wasn't, So hopefully the right buyer will come along and see it through and see that airplane done properly, the way it needs to be done.
Yeah, that's my dream.
Yeah, yep.
I don't have money either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't think even if we pulled our resources, we wouldn't be able to do it. But we can dream. It's all part of the dream. So.
Well, that's all we have.
Exactly, yep. Well, I don't know about you, but I live kind of vicariously through doing this stuff. I don't own one, but I work on our publisher's airplanes. I did the paint scheme on our A26. I did all that, So, it's kind of like having your own airplane. You just don't have the bills to, to keep up with putting the gas in the fuel tanks and stuff. So.
Yeah, and this going back to the modeling, this was like doing a 1-to-1
Precisely. In fact, the Invader, when Tim bought it, he found an Aeromaster decal sheet, and we had this kind of theme. Our B-25 had a dragon on it, so it's been a dragon. He had to find a dragon. He found one, and it was a 9th Air Force group that had this airplane called the Silver Dragon, and he found an Aeromaster decal sheet. He says, here, do this is what I want. Okay. We deviated a little bit. We painted the cowlings blue, which only one squadron in the group had blue cowlings, and this airplane was in a different squadron, so it wouldn't have had them. But he wanted blue cowlings, so we did that. We deviated there. But I painted it exactly to match this decal sheet with this dragon nose art, because we didn't have any pictures of the original airplane. Of course, I finished the airplane. Guess what appears? A picture of the airplane, and it looks nothing like the Aeromaster decals. So, sod's rule, that's how it goes. But he's happy with it. He wanted it to look just like the decal sheet, and that's exactly what I did. So,
well, this has been a passion project for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because quite honestly, I probably foolish on this part. I reached out to Hanu and I said, I'm not looking for anything here. I'm not looking to get paid or anything. I just want to see your Mustang be done correct.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even want to add up the hours that I put into it.
Right. Yep.
And I'm not looking. I didn't do it for compensation or expectation of a ride or anything like that.
Right.
It'd be nice if it happens.
Mm-hmm.
But not too worried. And what was kind of nice for me on this project, to be quite honest with you, is Rick and I have. We've known each other for many, many years. We don't live near each other anymore, but 3 or 4 hours away.
Uh-huh.
And we've kind of reconnected through this project, and we see each other quite a bit now. So, talk. So that's
a lot of rude texts back and forth.
Yeah. Where are you living, Rick? Where are you at?
I'm in Kingston.
Kingston.
Yeah, across from basically Watertown, New York. We're at the very end of Lake Ontario.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Trying to think if I've been in that. I don't think I've ever been in that area. I've heard the name. I've heard the name Kingston, but I don't think I've ever been over that way. Not that I remember. Maybe as a kid we might have went up that way. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful city. I've got a sailboat here. It's gorgeous, and it's a small city, but we've got a lot of things going on: theater, music, arts. And if you need a big city like Toronto's 2.5 hours, Ottawa's 2.
Oh, you're perfectly located then for doing that stuff. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's great.
And Kingston's a very military town. It's the biggest army base in Canada. And there's a naval reserve unit here, and Trenton is less than an hour away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
very nice. Yeah, it's a good place. You're in a good place. You got lots of stuff within reach to do. That's very good. Okay.
An hour and a half away.
What is?
Hanu,
yeah. Okay. So you guys didn't have any involvement with any other Hanu's projects, any of his Harvards or any of that stuff. This is your first actual involvement with Hanu, then? Okay.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been a perfect gentleman to deal with, and he's from what I understand, he's an exceptional pilot, and he's put over. Very private guy as well.
Mm-hmm. Very
private. Have you spoken to him, or do you plan to speak to him?
I've just through emails and texts and things. I need to call him on the phone because he's a little slow getting back with me on the last. Normally, what I do when I interview owners and stuff, I'll send them email with maybe 5 or 6 questions, and I'll say, be as expansive as you can in your replies, and it usually works out very well. And Hanu, the first one, he did excellent. Got some really great information out of him. And I sent him the second one. And I think it's been a little over a week, and I haven't heard back from him. And I'm under pressure to get this article done. So I'm probably going to give him a call and say, hey, what's going on? Could you maybe speed things up a little bit? But I've never heard a disparaging word about him. He's very well regarded in the T6 community down here. Never heard a bad thing about him. Nothing but good things. So
we're just about to run out. Do you want to just reconnect for a couple minutes?
Yeah, we can do that. That's fine.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll just end this and reconnect on the same ones.
Okay.